Every technically every 2 years, elite athletes from all around the world gather together in some host city to compete. And they're all there to achieve the one driving goal: taking home gold. Now, this has been a drive that we've seen all throughout human history, right? Gold is, it's nice and shiny, it's easy to work, it's solid, it's nice and heavy, quite an attractive metal to keep around. Anciently, there was other things we used to treasure, let's say, seashells, rocks, other metals, but gold in particular, its resistance to corrosion and erosion meant that it was quite a good store of value. That is, people could have this gold thing, whether it's shaped into little statues or coins or whatever, but people could have these things, make these things, and have them their whole lives. Even more than that, could be transferred through to children and over generations. And so, yes, gold became this universal store of value almost around the world, and later was traded in form of currency as gold coins. Yeah. And it wasn't until the more recent past that we moved off of using gold coins and the gold standard for our national currencies. Now our currencies are, instead of being backed by gold, are now backed by simply the trust and faith in the issuing government. Now I spend a lot of my time down in Melbourne, Australia, and Melbourne essentially was a city created because of gold. The gold rush of the 19th century made Melbourne one of the biggest cities in the world. When we think of cities of gold, I don't think anything compares to the birthplace of my lovely wife, and that is the city of Johannesburg in South Africa. Billions of years ago, it's thought that a big asteroid came and hit the Earth right around where Johannesburg now is, and that gave access to gold. Gold, which, it's heavy. So as the Earth's materials and crust was settling, gold would sink down deep. And a lot of the gold in Earth is outside of our reach. But when this asteroid hit, shoved up a lot of gold. And if you drive around Johannesburg today, you see piles of dirt. And this is simply gold that had been mined over the last century, straight off the surface of the Earth and sifted out. And this left behind big mountains of soil all around Johannesburg. Over the last few centuries, we've seen a lot of exploration for gold. A lot of European expansionism, colonialism was, in the hunt for this precious material. But in today's world, we also see a little bit of a hunt for this precious metal from investors. In particular, those that are looking to benefit from gold's properties as a store of wealth. Gold in particular can be seen from an investment point of view in a number of different lights. For some, it's a safe haven. We see a lot of, especially citizens in countries where trust in government might be low, trust in the local currency might be low, capital restrictions, might be an issue. One way in which to store your wealth instead of in currency is in gold. In times of crisis, we see a lot of money flying into gold. It's seen as a safe haven against economic and geopolitical turmoil. One of the bigger cases, though, for gold as an investment that we've seen over, in particular, the last few decades, especially since the 1970s, is as a protection against inflation. And we've seen evidence that this is the case. In particular, we've seen evidence that gold performs quite well in times of heightened inflationary fears, including the recent past. And so a lot of attention turns to gold in these types of climates, when there is a lot of economic uncertainty, when there's a lot of money printing as well. That is, you might say, depreciation of other currencies. You do see this flooding of money going into gold.
Now, eagle-eyed viewers may have spotted some familiar landmarks in this video, so to play the Where is Dr. Dan game, head over to my Substack to be the first to log your location guess. See you next time.